Mike Brewer Motors, we always carry a vast range of Audi products in stock, whether it's the A1, the A3, the A4, A5, A8s, we've got the Q range, Q3s, Q5, Q7, we carry them all. But one of our favourites in the whole range has to be the Audi A6. It seems to be the perfect all-round car and the perfect size. The one behind me is even better than that because this is the Audi Avant, which means the estates car. This one is the 2-litre TDI and it's also in S-Line, so it looks amazing. What Audi did with this car in 2015, they gave it a slight makeover. They made it a little bit more purposeful at the front, so slightly wider, bigger grille. They sharpened up the angles on the headlamps and also on the front spoiler. And if you see this car in your rear view mirror, you're instantaneously just going to move out the way because they are quite a thing to see coming up behind you. It looks more like the RS range than a family car, but being a family car, it's immensely practical. And let me show you some of those features. First of all, before I show you about the practicality, just savour some of the design down the back. These cars always seem to be in front of you, but if you're ever behind one, they look good from the rear as well. These lovely LED rear lights, really like them. This one's got the electronic boot opening, nice and flash. Once it opens up, you'll see you've got a nice big wide flat load area, 565 litres of boot space, that's with the seats up. We've got a 60-40 split in the rear seat, so you can fold them both down. The good news is they go nice and flat, and when they are flat, you've got over 1,600 litres of boot space. And there's some really good design features inside this boot. We've got little cubby holes at the side you can store stuff in. Got a strap at the side you can put your groceries in and strap them down. Plus there's this little extra space underneath. It's not very thick, but if you need to carry an iPad or a laptop and stop it sliding around, that's a good place to put it. But one of my favourite features of all has to be this. When I shut the electronic boot, watch this parcel shelf. It's electronic and it will cover anything that you've got in the boot. Ready? Look at that. Isn't that nice? Now inside, the practicality doesn't stop just at the boot, also carries into the rear passengers. Inside the rear, there is plenty of space. You can see I've got loads of leg room. It's wonderful. You've got rear climate control, this nice armrest. You can fold up out the way and get the fifth passenger in. Inside here, you've got the first aid kit, nice little storage box to put your stuff. There are really no complaints down the back end of this car. And it gets even better when we start talking about the front. Up front here, it's just a joy. You've got these wonderful sculptured S-line seats, leather, double stitched. You've also got that little bit of extra leg support, which I really like. They're electronic, so they move in infinite positions. You've also got lumbar support and they've got memory buttons as well, so you can save that. It's crammed with technology inside here. You've got a screen that rises up out the dashboards, cruise control, air conditioning, multifunction steering wheel. Being that this is the S-Line model, you get some Alcantara on the inside of the door. It really does look very, very inviting. Talking of which, let's get it out on the road. Oh, yes. Right then, people. I apologise if I give a very biased review of this Audi A6 2-litre TDI S-Line Avant, and it will be biased. I'll tell you for why. I absolutely love these cars. I'm a massive fan of the S-Line Avant. I love the S-Line because of the fit and finish that you get, the quality of the materials inside the cockpit, but it's just the way these cars drive. I think they are the perfect all-round car. They're amazing on the road. You've got that sure-footedness of the all-wheel drive system. Absolutely incredible. So you can feel that every time you push it into a bend. But it's just the driving position. It's beautiful. I'm slunked down behind the cockpit. This steering column has got reach and rake, and you can really pull it out towards your chest. It feels much more sporty than it should do, this car. I mean, it is a family cruiser that you're meant to throw stuff in the back and take your kids backwards and forwards to school. That's what it's for, but it just feels much more like a sports car. I absolutely love it. This being the S-Line, obviously has got all the equipment that you'd expect: electric windows, electric mirrors, it's got cruise control, automatic everything. It's got this wonderful pop-up screen. On that screen you've got satellite navigation, DAB radio, you've got all that Bluetooth connectivity that people need these days, where you can play your own music from your own device. It really is easy to set up and easy to get going. Some people have remarked that there's a lot of buttons inside this car. I admit it does seem to be awash with controls and buttons. It does take a second or two to get used to where everything is, but once you're set up, you never need to touch it again. They've got this sort of iDrive system down at your left hand side. It's the Audi multimedia interface button, and once you get used to turning the knob and how to operate that, it becomes second nature. The seat is incredible. This seat is probably one of the nicest and most comfortable driving seats you could ever have. It's infinitely adjustable, it's got lumbar support all over the place, but this one is so sculptured, being the S-line. It's holding my shoulders in, it's holding my very pert derriere in place, and I just feel like I'm going nowhere. I'm locked into this car. Now let me get to the really good bit, and that's the driving experience. Now, this is just a 2-litre diesel car, 2-litre diesel, but it will still push on 0 to 60, 8.5 seconds, top speed, 140 miles an hour. You should never be even getting close to that. And this car feels on the road very, very sure-footed and very planted. And being that it's a diesel, you've got that lovely dose of mid-range torque that you get when you put your foot down. And that's important in a family car like this. If you're going to overtake a slow-moving vehicle like a lorry and you want to get round it quickly, you want the confidence that this vehicle will do it and your time exposed to danger won't be too long. Well, this vehicle will get you around it quickly, because when you put your foot down, it does that. It just pushes you in your back of your chair, and immediately I'm doing 60 miles an hour, officer, no faster, I promise. But it gets there so quickly, and it really is nice. It's very, very nice indeed. Climate control up front, really easy to work. You've got air conditioning coming out of vents everywhere. The gauges in front of you are nice and clear, so you know where everything is. You've got that extra LCD screen as well, telling you what your fuel range is like, what radio station you're tuned into, and how the car's behaving. It's just an all-round great car, and if people expect me to find fault in this car, I just simply can't. I never have done. Ever since I first got into an Audi A6, I've been a fan, and I'm still a fan today. I just can't fault it. I just think they're great. Do you know what? What a car. You know when a car's good, when you feel like you just haven't been anywhere. I really do feel fantastic getting out that car. I'm relaxed. I haven't got any deafening sounds in my ears where it's been boomy on the road. It feels refined. My back's good. God, what a great car. As I say, we're big fans of the Audi A6. We will have a range in stock, whether it's a 2-litre or the 3-litre, manual or automatic, and we'll have different colours. But then saying that, there's something about that colour I particularly love. It looks so good. Don't forget, all our cars come with the 82-point RAC By-Shore inspection. They will have the remainder of the manufacturer's warranty. If not, we'll give you a 3 months guarantee. Finance is available, and don't forget to have a look on our website and see if we've got a car that suits you. You can do that at MikeBrewerMotors.com.